Hello and welcome back to Roadmap to Nowhere. Oh yeah, cheers. I've gone with the
I don't know if you see the.
kombucha.
I like that one.
Argentina.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I have Argentina. Yeah,
yeah. Are you sponsored by Argentina by any chance?
I am
Um,
made by
made,
Argentina.
made in Argentina. So, well, yes. Welcome back, everyone. This, I suppose, is probably formally our first real podcast. The last one, if
Yes.
you've listened to it, was more of an introduction as to who we are. And yet we're already one down.
Yeah. Great success.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Retention rate is.
Well, he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. He's just
He
on
is.
vacations.
Yeah,
He's with his kids in Spain.
exactly,
So
which is
yeah,
a good thing to do, and we
yeah.
hope they have
Family
a good time.
first.
Exactly. So this session is probably quite an experimental session in many different ways, right?
Yeah.
One, it's the first podcast, so let's see how things go anyway. But also, we're going to do something that could really go in any direction. I
It
think it's
has
fair to
never
say.
been tried. This has
No,
never been done.
no, which is quite exciting.
Yeah.
But it could, as I said, it could end up in all sorts of different places. But so we're going to try that. But first of all, how are you, Gus? How's your week been?
I'm very good. Very good. I just came back from Abu Dhabi. I went to do a talk in the AIM conference, like an
Uh,
investment platform. Super cool, like very big
yeah.
conference. I didn't know about it before, and I got the invite. They were like presidents of countries and prime ministers. So
Wow.
there was a gala dinner last night. It was quite fancy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did a master class. It went well. Super nice.
Nice.
Very exciting. Yeah,
Yeah. You're
just getting the
definitely.
word out. I
Yeah.
talked about the podcast. I had a
Did
slide
you?
about the podcast. Like really, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We might get some guests from that.
Oh. So what you're saying is this has to be good now because you've got presidents watching.
Then I'm gonna, yeah. The president of Romania is gonna be very disappointed.
I had high hopes for you guys.
Have you ever been cursed at in Romania? No.
No. Well, good.
Uh,
Oh, good. Yeah, my week has not been as exciting, but obviously the last time we recorded was probably the beginning of last week, so actually I can count last week as
yeah,
well. So yeah,
yeah.
it's getting, for anyone who's not based in this side of the world, it's getting hot again here.
Oh yeah, it is.
So excuse us if you can hear the AC running in the background. It's necessary
Yeah,
right
that's how we stay alive.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's our life support.
Has been, and will
Yeah.
continue to be.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so let's maybe sort of almost dive straight in. So let me
Yeah.
explain to the listeners. I suppose one of the thing, a little bit kind of a note for us as well, is that we should also take into account that whilst this could be really cool in a visual way, there might be people listening in and not actually watching us. So maybe we just need to make sure that we're constantly talking people through. But the concept
So we
is
need to
essentially
describe things. Yeah.
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 But the concept is essentially, you know, we're all about ideas and building businesses, and we're all in that kind of period where this kind of world excites us a lot, and there's a lot of opportunity, and yet we believe quite vigorously, I suppose, that actually it's never been easier to get to market with some ideas. And
This
we kind
is
of
this is
yeah,
the best time in history to start your own company, to build
yeah,
something. It's amazing. I'm getting quite deep with my startup and the team in all of these tools.
yeah,
I'm mind blown every week. Every
really,
week there's something new, and then the things that came out 2 weeks ago are already old.
yeah,
There's something better, cheaper, or for free. It's amazing. So we can talk about those.
yeah. I actually feel that you're describing me there as well. Every week I
Yeah.
feel old and there's something better and cheaper.
I get more gray every week.
Oh, if there was only an AI that could
Yeah.
actually give me a facelift.
There
But anyway,
there is,
yeah.
but just on paper.
I know. I need something real life. We've just spent the last 2 minutes trying to adjust my camera and actually physically trying to
yeah.
make Gus look worse so I look better.
I have a Beautify camera that just like it makes everything smooth, and I'm much uglier in real life.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. So imagine how ugly I am. And your camera was like messing with you.
I know.
So it was giving you pimples.
I know.
Like you had like like a grainy skin, which
I mean,
you're not like that.
no.
So we had to close my curtains. So then we both look sick.
Yeah. I guess so.
So we were like dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right. Let's dive in then. We're not sure how long this is going to take or where it's going to take us, but we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
The idea is we've got so many ideas. We've got a Kanban board full of ideas, businesses that could be started. So we're going to ask Gus to select one and explain it to us a little bit. And maybe Gus, you want to explain, how we might go through this.
So the idea is, we have all these tools now. I really think that for certain business models, you can build the beginnings of a startup during a podcast.
Yeah.
So you're gonna come up with a cup.
See, I look better, but
God.
he's physically sick.
Take 2. Okay, I have a bit of a cough, as you may have noticed. The AC was very strong in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So I think you can build an MVP in an hour for certain products. And we're not just going to build the MVP like a working product. We're going to do research. We're going to do part of the plan, part of the branding, all of that in an hour while trying to stay entertained and make it fun.
Yeah. We've got a few
so the
fun
idea is to
things.
bring, in the future, we're going to bring guests who have a business idea. I'm the first guest. So I just have a list of just ideas I wanted to get out of my system. Some are pretty bad. Some are okay. So yeah. Do you want me to tell you about the idea?
Please, literally give us a whistle stop tour or an elevator pitch as you found
I
yourself.
told you. Yeah. I actually. So last night, I happened to share the elevator in this congress with a founder of a big accelerator, and I had an actual elevator pitch. So I did my pitch. It was only 4 floors, so I had to be, and it worked. Yeah. I'm already emailing with the guy. So
there you go.
Awesome.
It's not just a saying; it's an actual thing.
It's an actual thing. It happened to someone before, for sure, and now it happened to me.
Yeah. Exactly. So take us up those 4 floors then, Gus.
Yeah. Okay. I might take maybe 20. We're in Dubai, so the buildings are taller.
They're a bit bigger.
So maybe Burj Khalifa. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So I start with the problem. Every year, I have a ton of clothes, and my wife even more, that I just don't use anymore. And I want to get rid of them, or they're just like taking space. So instead of moving to a bigger and bigger apartment to fit all my clothes that I don't use, I end up giving it away.
Yeah.
Usually I give it away. Well, I give my old shoes to my dad, and he loves it, and he combines the outfit. Like I give him green shoes, and then he wore like a green shirt, and then blue shoes, and he loves it. And he's like, looks at me and like, which is awesome and adorable. I hope he's not listening.
He definitely won't.
He loves the shoes. Every year he gets like 5 pairs of shoes from me.
But he's not in Dubai, right?
No. I take them to Argentina.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah. So my first donation, receiver is my dad.
Yeah.
I also give them to like, I don't know, maybe the cleaning lady or someone who works around the house, just assuming that they can give it to someone. So a lot of them are like nice clothes that are in good condition. But I don't know if it's a burden to the cleaning lady. Like maybe she's going downstairs and just chucking everything in the trash.
Yeah.
So
just trying to be nice to you.
Yeah. There has to be a better way.
Yeah.
I do know that there's a lot of like the thrift shops, and that's a hard word to say in English for me. Thrift shop.
The rift.
We don't have the th sound in Spanish.
No.
Well, the Spanish people do. They're like, but it's Argentinian though. I already angered the country.
Just alienated a segment of our audience.
Alienated a whole. No, I love Spain. Spain is the best.
He says, sipping out of an Argentine.
Spain is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not for holding drinks. Yeah. We love Spain.
Yeah. So that's the problem. All these clothes.
Okay.
At the
Right.
same time, oh, this is a very tall building, eh? Like we're on floor 70, 75 by now.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. It's paused
that's
a few
fine.
times.
We have
Yeah.
we have a whole podcast. At the same time, there's a service in Dubai called Take My Junk. That's mostly
Yes.
for furniture and stuff like that. Like people move often here. So if you cannot sell your old bed or whatever on Dubizzle or a classifieds website, you can call these guys. They come and then you basically tip them. You pay for like the truck and so on. However,
Yeah.
they probably have a network of movers, and then they have like some kind of distribution for the stuff that they're taking. Either they
Yeah.
throw some stuff away, they find ways to recycle it, and a lot of it must be go to places that resell like pre-loved items and furniture and so
Yeah.
on. So I understand that that's their business model.
Yeah.
I think
I
we can do
use
the
these quite a
same.
lot.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've used it in the past.
Yeah.
I used to have live in a place with a lot of humidity, and I had to throw away all of my furniture. It was all green with moss.
I thought you were
Yeah.
going to tell me they were removing your humidity then. I thought that was a special service.
I don't know how that works. Like a big truck full of towels. A lot of towels, maybe.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah. So I think we can build something, but for clothes, something like that, but for clothes,
Yeah.
to help you get rid of all your clothes that you don't need anymore, that are just taking space, and you give them a new life. No, like
Yeah.
you either go and take them for donations, or you resell them in a network of thrift shops.
Yeah.
And that's the main idea.
I
Working name, yeah.
no, I
Go
love
ahead.
this idea because
Yeah.
where I'm from, this is quite a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
As an expat coming into the area, these are the sorts of services that you tend to look for because, you know, recycling and all that kind of stuff is something that is a bit ingrained with us. So we're always looking at ways
Yeah.
of reusing things. So yeah, I love
Yeah.
the idea of this.
Amazing. So working name is Attire Retire. It's
Retire,
okay.
retire. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Attire
Okay.
Retire. Attire
Yeah.
Retire. If you say it nicely, maybe. But
Yeah,
we can workshop better names
we
without
can.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Sounds good. Sounds good. So
So
how
what should we
how
do
should we go?
first?
Well, we
Yeah.
could do a number of things. So I'm thinking that, you know, any good business should be looking for the size of the market opportunity and all this kind of stuff. So maybe we should do a little bit of research using, as in, our friends at AI.com. And
Yes.
and
Yeah.
someone described to me recently, they actually asked me, do you think anyone is actually on the other end of some of these queries? And just imagine a bunch of people working
Full
through the
team in Philippines. That's called a mechanical Turk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do a bit of that, and then I know you've got some ways of bringing prototypes to life and all that kind of stuff. So
Probably an actual working product.
yeah,
Why don't we do one thing?
okay,
I'm gonna go on a doc. I'm gonna start describing what the prompt might look like for Replit. So we're gonna use Replit to code this.
okay,
So then GPT can actually turn all of my gibberish into an actual good prompt for Replit. While I'm doing that, do you want to share your screen and start doing the research?
Yeah,
And describe like what you're doing, and I'll because I need to concentrate a little bit.
No, exactly. I'll do exactly that. So, yeah, I'll share my screen. Okay. Keep me honest, Gus. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, there you go. GPT.
Excellent. Okay, right. So
good that we cannot
gonna...
see like your previous searches, because those can be embarrassing.
Well, maybe you can. The
health quiz. There you go.
The health rating inquiry is a real thing.
Yeah. Am I dying?
Yeah, it pretty much is what the question I ask on a regular basis. Yeah, exactly.
If my heart rate is 270, am I okay? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, actually, you haven't got time to read the response. Right. So we're going to use...
I'll write in the meantime.
Yeah, we're going to use deep research for this. So let's start by asking it a few questions or telling it exactly what we're thinking about. So we are looking to create a proposition in the GCC region, I'm assuming, that encourages those with old clothes that still have some worth to recycle or give a new life. We are comparing this to a business that exists currently.
This is the fun part of the podcast.
Yeah, called Take My
When
Junk.
you're like typing like a grandma.
Yeah, I know. I realised I'm under pressure now.
Yeah, I'm also typing. Maybe we need to not type at the same time.
This service takes away furniture
For the audience,
for
please
free.
be patient. This will be over soon.
Yeah, and actually, although we're apologetic about this, what we're showing here is that within an hour we might actually have a product. So
Yeah.
I think what AI is teaching us is to have a little bit more what's the word, patience around things.
So patient when building your company within an hour.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, why is this
And then
taking
you're
so
gonna
long?
want. I want only 30 minutes. Yeah.
It takes
It
away
might take
free.
30 minutes. Let's see.
Yeah. I want to know what the market size or opportunity is for such a service. Help me understand trends and market potential. I mean, spelling is a problem, but we shall leave that. So I'm going to use deep research for this, and let's see what it comes back with. So usually this takes a good couple of minutes to actually give us some response. So let's see how it goes. Excellent, brilliant. Already it's starting to get us to think about the right things. Are you planning to offer the service in one specific country? No, it's GCC. So we could consider the entire GCC. Will your model focus on free pickups like Take My Junk? Yeah, let's start by considering the free pickups. And obviously this is where a founder would need to start thinking about kind of the operational costs of running something like this as well. Free pickups for now. Are you targeting consumers, businesses, or fashion retailers? Now, I think we have this passion around for the man, right? For the simple human. So let's talk about consumers for now.
I mean, there will be a part of this that will be facing all of these thrift shops, like the distribution network. But this product is the consumer one.
Agreed. And do you have any preferences for the type of market data you want? Volumes of clothing, waste, resale market trends, or resale infrastructure? So maybe let's concentrate on market trends, on resale.
Like, is this big enough?
Market
we know it must be a problem. I don't know if we need to validate the problem. We're validating the market now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how usually you validate the problem.
Yeah. Resale market trends.
We can guess that this is a real problem.
Recycling infrastructure. Yeah, maybe that as well. Infrastructure. Okay, right. Let's see what it comes back with.
Did you ask about like the thrift shops, network of thrift shops? What are like a list? Maybe create a list of all of these stores.
Yeah, love that.
Create distribute to
a list of thrift shops that may already exist that we could distribute
This
to
is also new in the world of podcast. I've never seen a podcast where we're hearing someone type.
It's good, isn't it? It's
It's so
yeah.
fun.
What's that ASMR thing? It's just like, hey,
ASMR, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Maybe
Chris
people will
clunking
watch us
around.
just for this.
Yeah,
They'll be like, just go to minute 34.
like, he thumps those keys so well.
Oh my God. It's the sexiest typer I've ever seen.
Give us any competition that also may exist. Anything else?
Okay.
So market, so opportunity, so size of the market, competition. We've got a little bit about infrastructure, costs, yeah, maybe, and also consider costs. And
Oh yeah, like delivery costs. I was thinking whether this is something you pay. I'm inclined towards charging the user to
yeah,
get rid of their clothes rather than giving them money for their clothes.
yeah, no, I agree, because I think if you think about the type of person that's using this service, it's probably someone who has the economic viability to pay such
Yeah.
a fee, and they probably want to be doing something good, so they're probably willing to part with
Yeah.
money for that. Yeah, okay. So let also I want to know what such a could be charged
So
as a reasonable.
you can charge them a fee that covers like the delivery, let's say, I don't know, 20 dirhams or depending where you are.
Yeah.
And then you're actually making money from the distribution. You're making money from selling these clothes.
Yeah.
So you need a good amount of volume.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. We need to understand the volume of demand. Right. Let's see what it comes back, because there's a lot in there now, and we can always prompt it again. It'll probably ask me a few more questions.
Amazing.
Like, what are you talking about?
Let's see. Just sitting better. So in the meantime, is that it? Is it starting or no?
Yep.
Or just asking? Okay.
Starting the research. So I've noticed that, every time it goes quiet, it's because you're having a coughing fit, aren't you?
Coughing. Yeah. So I can show you what I have from my side. I'll show my screen. I don't know if we can both share at the same time. Let's see.
Cool.
So
I can see your screen now.
What I did is I told it create a prompt for Replit to build a website similar to Take My Junk, but for clothes. I was very vague. Where a service can come and take all clothes and then go and recycle or sell them in a network of thrift shops. I want people to enter what clothes they are getting rid of, select what they are and some of the brands. And they get select from a calendar an appointment time, and we send the courier to take them.
Okay.
So it's quite vague. You'll see that Replit makes a lot of decisions, and we can always change those.
Yep.
So what GPT gave me was like more precise. It's asking, create a service, It tells you what to put on the home page. It already gives you a bit of a copy. Give your clothes a second life. We pick them up. You free up your space. Select the pickup, all of that, and then you have a form where you enter what clothes you want to get rid of. We can put for now. It's a bit more effort, but they're selecting item by item and the brand.
Yeah.
We could make it just in bulk, but that's something we can always decide later.
Yeah.
The quantity and so on, and then the pickup scheduling and a confirmation screen, and then it gives you the optional, like an admin for the courier. I think we don't need to have that. Also, GPT tends to give you some comments on the technology. This is something I recommend to remove. It's better to let Replit choose whatever it wants.
Yeah.
So I'm going to copy
tends to
this
confuse itself a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, and GPT loves to put emojis. I hate that.
I know.
Like, I'm
And
not 15, you know?
the number of documents that I've prepared for work now that I have to remove
Yeah.
the hammer or the target.
Oh, yeah. Hammer. Or the little arm going like this.
Yeah.
uh, you know, I tell it, like, usually it sometimes learns, and I tell it, please don't use emojis when I'm talking, and it loves to do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I put it on Replit. This is replit.com. If people don't know it, you can build like actual working MVPs
Yeah.
with this tool. It codes, you own the code, you can do very custom stuff. You can even integrate APIs and stuff like that. It's amazing. So I built a lot of stuff with this,
Yeah.
but never during a podcast.
No,
So let's
this is
see.
now a test. It's now a test. But
Yeah.
is this your go-to tool for this sort of thing?
I mean, there are others. So if you can code, people use Cursor. You also have like Bolt and Lovable. I haven't used them yet.
Yeah.
I heard they're really good. There are also some AI agents like Manus.
Yeah.
There's one called GenSpark, like it's like a free version of Manus that just came out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. Have you seen the free? I know because you didn't know what Manus was.
No.
Uh, so yeah, Manus is this agent that combines different AIs,
Yeah.
and it goes like clicking on websites and understands what's happening. It's like browsing everything and then compiles information and then it like outputs something. So you can ask it to do a vacation itinerary with a budget, go and book flights. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So this came out, I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago, and it's expensive to run something like this. So they had to limit it. So you had to apply to get an invite, and it was invite only. And I just got access after weeks of waiting.
Yeah.
A few days after, someone asked Manus to build a version of itself, and they built a free open source version of Manus.
Oh my
And guess
gosh.
what they called it? Anus.
Oh. Do you
And it
know,
actually works and people use it.
that is
This
both
is a true
terrible and
story.
brilliant at the same time.
I'm not making this up. But I mean, we are in a time where you launch something and days later someone can replicate it.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why, you need to like do podcasts and get followers on LinkedIn. You need a way to get people to use your products because anyone can copy your product.
With this is why
Not
we're
all
doing
products,
this,
but you
right?
know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
our products are great. It's I've used Replit many times as well in the last few months, and my attestation is that I'm not a technology person at all. But using these sorts of tools, you can actually get to market very quickly with
Yeah.
simple ideas. And once more, the reason why we need these types of podcasts because we need to encourage people to go and build out their ideas, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And even, there's so many people that have an idea for years
Yeah,
and they like, oh, if only I could get away from this accounting job and do
yeah,
my little idea, like just go and build it. You can do it now.
yeah.
You might do an MVP or a prototype, but at least you can show it to people, get feedback. Maybe you get an investment. Who knows?
I know.
So yeah, like do it.
Do
There's no
it.
excuses now.
No, and
Yeah.
actually, if you have
Uh,
excuses, we want to hear them. Send them in, and then we can
oh
read them
yeah.
out live on
Yeah.
the next
And then
podcast.
maybe we can use them ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now
Good
I
stuff.
have a reason to stay in the sofa all day.
Yeah, exactly. Turns out they were right all along. Nice.
Yeah. All right. Should I press start building?
Start building. Let's
Three,
see
two, one.
what happens.
Oh my God, so exciting. There you go. So now what it's going to do is it's going to actually code everything. Well, first it's going to evaluate what I asked, and it's going to ask me, is this what you need? And usually it gives me a few recommendations or a few extra ideas that I can add.
Yeah.
And this is mind-blowing because it actually understands what I'm trying to do and gives you like relevant thing. Like this took seconds, maybe a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
It understood everything and gave me good ideas. Well, I don't know. I haven't read them yet.
Did
So now
did
we're
I
gonna create a plan. Yeah.
did I miss a step? Did you just for anyone who's potentially going to do this later, did you create the requirements in the Google Doc and check them with any
Yeah.
other AI or
I wrote like almost gibberish, as I showed you before.
yeah,
What I want. Then I asked ChatGPT just to make it into a better prompt,
yeah, no,
assuming that
you did
it's
say that, yeah.
gonna remove some error from this process. You can
Yeah,
just type it directly on Replit.
yeah,
So it's gonna help create a plan for your clothing collection and recycling service web app. So it's gonna analyze and do a MVP plan. It's gonna build the initial prototype, and then it asks if you wanna add these additional features. Google Maps
yeah,
integration for address autocomplete. Ah, no, because it's gonna ask for an API, and maybe it
yeah,
will take
yeah,
too
yeah,
long. We can add it later. Email confirmation system, admin dashboard for managing pickups. We can do that later. But these are all very relevant.
yeah.
Analysis to track donation statistics, also super relevant. We can add those later. I'm not going to put them now.
So just
Um,
just to explain why we're doing that. So we know that with this product can create live instances of kind of the ideas that we're talking about here. But for the purposes of this, we're actually just looking to create some kind of prototype, really, aren't we? So normally you can use these things, and actually Replit will help you build out the kind of back end of the service as well. But just for now, that can take a little bit longer, so we won't demonstrate that just today.
yeah, I mean, you can build a working MVP in an hour,
Yeah,
probably if you keep it simple.
yeah,
So if it asks you for like Google Maps integration, it might need to use your Google account, or so that may take a little longer than the time we have now.
yeah, yeah.
We can always add it later.
Okay,
If people
sounds
love
good.
this service, we can continue building it in another podcast and add all the
Yeah,
features that they want.
yeah. Join
And
us.
by the way, this is not just like an MVP out there where you get the code. You can actually buy a
Yeah,
domain, deploy it in that domain. Like you have a company
yeah,
potentially after you're done with this. Okay, I'm gonna approve the plan and start.
yeah,
And now my coding AI minions are gonna start working. So now it's deciding. So it takes decisions on the actual design, like the visuals. Take it from like it's probably trained with millions of different products. Look, closed loop. It came up with a name already.
wow, wow,
Yeah, I like how incredible is this.
yeah,
I didn't say anything about visuals, colors, or anything like that. Usually, what I do is I'll add the design of a website I like, and I'll put a screenshot like, oh, use roughly this style. I'll give it a logo maybe.
wow. Look at this
This is
go.
amazing. Look at that. It has stats and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. That's so good.
We are seconds in, and we already have something that looks pretty good.
I know. I had a whole section that I was gonna do right now whilst we were waiting for this to build, but we're already there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
It's still working. It might take a few minutes, but you see like how it works. Like very
yeah,
relevant FAQ impact. Impact. I didn't think of that. That's great.
yeah.
Like I don't know if this is correct. It's probably correct.
Do you know what? Quite, I don't know, poignant is the word. Like, hopefully that
Yeah.
translates well. Is the
Yeah.
fact that in the background, I'm watching my deep research still research.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said here about sometimes it's just faster to build the thing and
Yeah.
actually kind of get feedback that way. If we
Yeah.
if we have a product that we can get to market live, there's nothing more accurate in terms of validating a need than putting something out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think deep research is good for, I mean, create a client list, create
Mm.
like some market size, like how much money is in the pool that I'm going to take from,
Yeah,
but not to solve those questions that you take from like interviewing people and putting a product in their face.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So we have a footer. So it has links for social media. Still working.
Well,
I don't know how long this is gonna take. You want to play the game that we were talking about?
yeah. So we had this idea. So obviously we have in our Kanban board of ideas, we have good ideas and bad ideas. But what I wanted to ask
A lot
you,
of bad ones.
Gus, a lot of bad ones, yeah,
A lot of bad
is
ones.
I've got a list of
Some that could
ideas.
get you deported. Actually, we have a list of ideas that is like the road to deportation,
They're the
and we're not
most
gonna do
fun,
them.
but we can't do them.
Yeah, they are very fun, but we don't
So
want to lose our visas. Yeah.
no, exactly. That's the fastest way to do that. So so I've got a list of I'm putting you on the spot, Gus. I've got a list of
Yeah, let's see.
startup ideas. Some of them are real and some of them are not real. And I want
Okay,
you
let's see how
to
well I
tell
do.
me which one it is. So let's go through them. So
Amazing.
I love some of these. They're great. So the first one is called Subtweet Me, right? This is an app.
So you're telling me the actual names?
It's the name, yeah. So obviously don't
Okay.
search for them or anything like that. It's called
No.
Subtweet Me.
My hands are.
Tied. This is an app that
I'm not
generates.
gonna cheat.
Yeah, that would be awful,
I'm
wouldn't
not
it? Like,
cheating on.
oh, you just got them all right. That was the worst
That's
game I've ever heard.
great to show my real self in a
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh, okay.
Cheating
Cool.
on a silly
Yeah.
game.
We've run out of time. So, what does Subtweet Me do? It's an app that generates vague, passive-aggressive tweets for users dealing with relationship or work drama. Is that a real idea?
I love it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good. You shouldn't use it, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I would say it's real. I would say it's real because it's a good idea.
It's fake.
Yeah, okay.
That's not real, unfortunately. So let's move on to the next
0 points for me.
0 out of 0. Yeah.
0-0.
The next one is called Rent a Friend.
Rent a friend. This is the saddest idea I've ever heard. It's so sad.
So this is a platform.
And the worst thing is, it's probably real. Sorry for anyone who's using this service. You're okay. You're fine. We love you.
I don't know if I even need to read the description because it's exactly what you think it is.
Please do.
It's a platform where users can rent someone to hang out with platonically for events, travel, or companionship. Platonic is the operative word there, I believe.
Yeah. Because renting someone for non-platonic has a different name.
It does, and takes us down the deportation route again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, we got into the same thing. Okay. I have a question. Do you have to pay to rent a friend? Because that makes it even sadder.
Well, I don't know actually.
That's
I
even
can
sadder.
find out. I can find out.
I would say this is a real idea.
This is real. And
oh my God, I'm sad already. Like you ruined the vibe.
I know. I did actually look this up. It's the worst. I mean, it's basically was built in 2009, so it's still live. It's going. You know how many years is that later? 20. Well, however many years that is. Later, it's still going. So yeah, that's pretty sad. But I don't think
there's
by
a
the looks
real
of
need.
it. Well, yeah. I don't think you have to pay for it, though.
It's hard not to have friends. I mean, this is the real thing. I'm just saying it's sad. And a lot of people have AI as friends now. So
I know.
I talk to my GPT all day, so I think it's a friend, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a friend.
Right. Let's do a couple more.
He loves my ideas. Okay, let's.
Yeah.
So
I've noticed that
1 point.
One out of 2. Yeah. So right, let's pick another one. I'll come to that one in a bit. Chair B&B.
Yeah, I like the name.
A service I know you do. You love the play on
Yeah.
Airbnb, don't you?
Is it for cinemas? No.
No, it's a
Yeah.
service where people rent out their comfiest chairs to strangers looking for a place to sit for a few hours. So it's a few hours at a time.
I think this is fake.
This
This
is
can't be
fake.
real.
No, this
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
fake. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And
so yeah, well done.
earlier on one of the future podcasts, we will talk about my Airbnb idea.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did consider that, didn't we?
yeah.
Right, I'll do two more. If depending on how Replit is getting on.
It's still working, so let's do it.
Okay, so we've got something called Ship Snow Yo. Ship Snow Yo. So the description is it
Great name.
ships. Yeah, I know, right? It ships real snow from Boston to people
Uh-huh.
in warmer areas during the
That's called water. I mean, there you go. Like, why are you complicating water?
Do you know what?
Oh
I
my
didn't even
God.
think about that. I didn't even think about that.
It's so stupid, it's probably real.
Well, correct. It is real. It apparently
Oh God.
successfully delivered snow and went viral briefly. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
But the business melted away post hype.
Oh,
Awful, right?
what a
Awful.
shame.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I can see that your Replit's doing something, so maybe we'll have one more.
No, the Replit is done.
Okay.
So let's keep the rest.
Okay.
It's I actually changed the background. I like it a little less. Like it's doing a bit of white on white here, which is not amazing design.
No.
One thing you can do here is you can open in a different window, like full screen,
Yeah.
to get a sense of how it looks.
Yeah.
Let's review it really quick, and then I go to whatever this guy is saying. So closed loop, working name. We can come up with a better name.
Yeah.
How it works. So I'm assuming when you click here, it's gonna go to each of the sections, but that is not working. So we already found a bug.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still working. So it has how it works, list your items, schedule a pickup. We handle the rest. Super simple. 3 steps always works. And then the impact. So you have like a why do this. So that's pretty good. If I go to schedule a pickup, that already works. So you can select what it is. So let's say t-shirt. And this is, let's do this t-shirt. It's a brand, Waco Maria, I guess. I don't know what that is, but it says Waco Maria. So you add one. Then let's add some jeans. Guess. Does this still exist?
I thought you were asking me to guess what brand your jeans were.
It's a brand.
Levi's?
Yeah, I don't. Levi's. There you go. And then we're gonna have a jacket from, I don't know, whatever, Sarah. Amazing. Continue to
Got a
schedule.
little bit of an insight there into your wardrobe.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh wow.
So pretty good. Now you have a form. We told it not to have Google Maps. We can always add it later. So let's say today's the 8th. We can make it the 9th of 2025. I don't know if you need to select the year. Like you're gonna do a pickup next year.
Please, yeah. I've got plans for this for the next 6 months for these jeans.
Yeah. So I'm just copying the main street. I'm not gonna put my real address in this. Do the morning, New York City. So here it's not asking for the country. So it's New York. That's not great. So that's something to improve. We need to while we're doing this thing, we need to compile what are the improvements and like in text, and then I add them to Replit. So we need to think about doing that.
Yeah.
And then
here's
here's some notes. Pretty good. Name, Gus Smith. number. I'm not gonna put my real number. And then Gus at Gmail, which is not my real email. I didn't like I didn't like my zip code. You know, whenever I use American websites, the only zip code I know, do you know which one it is?
555.
No, if you're old.
Oh, you're joking. Wow.
If you're my age, then that's the zip code you know.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. Like, sorry for the young people watching.
Yeah.
And then complete booking. Ah, look, I got an error.
Okay. What was the error?
Invalid code. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think it's cross-checking. So that's not a very friendly user error. So that's something to improve.
Yeah.
But I mean, impressive, right? Like it took a few minutes.
Yeah.
We're just like chatting. Quite cool.
Yeah.
It's now asking me, what do you think about the application, creating a modern? So it's just describing. Please try selecting a pickup. The features work. I got a red error message at the end of the pickup scheduling process. And then خلاص, it's gonna try to fix it.
But this is the crazy thing, right? Is that's as straightforward as it can be, right? So you're literally talking to this thing as if it was
It's a human.
a human.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I see the error. Yeah, I mean this is unbelievable.
So how long do you think it would take a senior developer to do all of this? A few hours at least.
Yeah.
Like someone great.
Yeah. I think you once when we first started talking about this, you described this as a world-class junior developer in so much that they're practically expert, but they have some kind of experience mistakes and stuff that sometimes creep into these things.
It's like a genius intern in a way, that they will like do things that take a month in a minute, but then it will commit a mistake that is very silly and like just won't notice.
Yeah.
It asked me here if I want to add a database. Let's say no, maybe later.
Yeah, I would agree.
Let's not make it more complex. How's your research going?
Let me check in on the research. See how we're getting on. So
I'm going to start another doc for improvements in the meantime.
Okay.
Let me just stop sharing my screen.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay, I will share. Wow. Right, let's just see show you guys what it's come up with.
Yeah, you're gonna show your screen.
Yeah.
Amazing. In the meantime, I'm creating a doc where I'm gonna be putting the improvement suggestions for Replit.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through this. I mean, we really gave it a bit of a task. Some of the prompts we used here were quite vague. But as you can see, using deep research, the coverage is huge. You know, look at the amount of detail that it's come up with. So let's have a little bit of a skim through some of these things. So
also if it's too much, you can also ask it to give you the highlights, that give me a summary of what people need to know or something like that.
I think I'll flick through the kind of key headings, and then I'll do exactly that. I'll ask it just to give me a headline on the key opportunities, and actually even ask it maybe to make a recommendation as to whether or not this is an area that we should continue to explore.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But so yes, it's given us a bit of information about what's happening at the macro level. The fact that actually there seems to be sort of kind of wholesale movement towards free pickup of used clothes. The focus is across UAE, Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman. and it's given us here rapid resale market growth figures. So wow, some big numbers here. You could take a fraction of that, you'd be very happy.
Yeah.
Adoption drivers, so trends contributing, so increasing consumer awareness of the environmental impacts of fast fashion. Gen Z, let's not blame Gen Z for everything, shall we? But maybe we can.
Yeah.
Affordability. So it's given us some really nice reasons for adoption there. Youth and fashion culture, supportive initiatives. And then we've got here the market size. So within the GCC, United Arab Emirates and Saudi are the largest markets for secondhand fashion. So yeah, we've got a good understanding here. So let's maybe
That's cool.
ask it to just give us some summarized headlines of these things, just for the
Yeah.
point of the pod. And
And I
so
like your idea of the recommendation also.
yeah, can you give me some bullet headlines for why you may or may not think this is an idea worth pursuing, and give me a recommendation about whether we should pursue, and highlight any elements you think we need to test further. Spelling again is an issue.
That's okay.
Absolutely. So polite always. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's so agreeable.
Yeah, more emojis.
More
Okay.
emojis. Stop it with the
Yeah.
emojis.
No, some of these are
Oh
tragic.
my God. It's so smart. It's trying to make itself look less smart with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
emojis.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's actually a very
Like,
human trait.
yeah. Maybe it's trying to be more human.
Have you heard of the approach is the dumbest person in the room? Have you heard of this?
Yeah, like you want to be the dumbest person
Yeah.
in the room to learn
So
and so on.
you need someone to be the dumbest person in the room to ask the question, to ask the silly questions that everyone's dying to ask, but are too
Okay.
nervous to ask. And maybe it's being that. It's like, actually, I'm
Yeah.
just a simple AI. I don't know anything.
Yeah. It's it's like when they launched the Mac that had the handles on the side. Remember that story?
Yeah.
So Steve Jobs was like, if you can pick it up and throw it out the window, it's not something that you're afraid of, right? So it
Yeah.
makes it more like approachable. Maybe it's being approachable.
Oh, it's taking over. This is the problem. Right. So,
Oh, but
okay.
you asked for a summary and it gave you like a essay.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
why it's got a list of why the idea is worth pursuing, and why it might be challenging. So some of the things about
Okay, good.
so we've got, there is a growing consumer acceptance of secondhand fashion because of these Gen Z guys. There's a massive untapped supply of used clothing. Of course, that feels right. Even if we are a data set of one or two, there is already like an environment where pickup services exist. But this is interesting because this is the bit that we don't know so much about. The thrift and resale markets are booming in the GCC. Forecast is to double or triple in the next decade. We probably
Oh
need to
wow.
know from what, though, because if it's from 1 to 3, it's probably not.
Well, I think there's a whole network from Dubizzle. So
Okay.
a lot of so if you sell something on Dubizzle, so people who are not in the UAE, Dubizzle is like the Craigslist
Yeah.
of this country. So if you sell something there, you'll get a lot of messages from people who are like really lowballing your price,
Yeah.
because what they do is they have, they buy things very cheap, and then they'll come to your apartment. You're selling a chair, and they're like, "Oh, I'll buy this for this much, and I'll buy your TV," and they'll try to like get a bunch of stuff for cheap from you, and then
Yeah.
they resell them, and they have these
Exactly.
shops in Karama or I don't know where. So that might be that.
Yeah.
So again, for this kind of business, Dubizzle would be a way to get. content, traffic,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to
That's a good
latch
point.
onto the visual somehow. Like
Yeah.
Airbnb latched onto Craigslist when they launched.
Yeah.
They had like an integration. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there seems to be some kind of macro encouragements for this, like behavioral type stuff and trends that are kind of suggesting this might be a good idea. Why this might be challenging. Strong established players in some markets. So yeah, maybe like Take My Junk is not actually a player in this market. Maybe it is. Maybe we don't know. But I've never used Take My Junk for clothes at all.
I think I've probably given them clothes, but it's
Oh, have you?
not. So first, Take My Junk sends you a truck, like a moving truck. It's more for
Yeah.
furniture.
Yeah.
This attire retire or whatever we call it
Yeah.
can send you a small car, a motorbike even.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a much lower cost, much easier. You don't need to park a huge truck. The operations are simpler,
Yeah. Actually,
I think.
you could partner with some of the existing delivery services, couldn't you? I'm just thinking about some of the Kareem
Oh
boxes and
yeah,
stuff that
totally.
exist right now. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have your own fleet in the beginning.
No, no, no.
The problem there is that it might be more expensive than having like a marketplace where people with a small car can go and do it themselves.
Yeah.
But then you need to go and acquire those. So you could probably start with a Kareem or whatever, Shipa or
Yeah.
one of those guys. Quicker.
So some of
Quicker
the
now.
other
What's the name? Quick up.
things pick up.
Quick,
Some of the
quick
other
up, quick up.
quick up. Talking about willingness to pay, I might just prompt it again one more time around the revenue and all this kind of stuff and pay. But yeah, some of the willingness to pay for these sort of premium things, then I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with that. So that's maybe an area for us to test. So recommendation: pursue the idea. Now it's always going to sell us this because AI is the most positive thing you've ever come across.
Yeah, you need to ask it to poke holes and give you pros
Yeah,
and cons. Otherwise, it's like it's too excited.
it is too excited. It's like a puppy. Right. So
Yeah, yeah.
let's actually say that. So stop behaving like an excited puppy, um, and poke holes in the idea.
By the way,
However,
in the meantime, I have an idea. So
yeah,
since we talked about Dubizzle, I can use Manus, the AI agent that basically scrapes and goes through a bunch of websites. I can maybe ask it to go through Dubizzle and find like what is the total cost of the clothing that is published in Dubizzle, for example.
yeah,
Something like that. We can see if that works.
yeah.
Or you
Okay.
have a better idea or of something we can check. It's not
No,
going to tell you thrift shops.
no, I think it would be nice to try it because I've never seen that
Yeah,
in action. So yeah,
I'll do it.
okay. I'll finish this prompt. Do you want to share or shall I finish this? Yeah, you
I'll
share and
just
I'll finish some of these prompts.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. I'll stop sharing. Oh, that was my camera.
All right. So this is Manus. Not to be confused with Anus, which also exists.
Yeah.
And I pronounced it in a happy way, not in the original.
Yeah.
So what this guy does is it's an agent that goes and does things on the web, and it's amazing. It does like things that humans would take a long time to do. So I'm asking it go through Dubizzle in the UAE, let's say, in the UAE, and find how many used clothes for sale there are published, and give me a summary of how much money they represent. So maybe like calculate the total revenue that could be generated by selling, let's say, a percentage of that with a commission of X%, for example. Let's say by selling 20%, 10%.
Yeah.
of them with 20% commission, 10% commission. All right. So I will help you analyze the business UAE to determine the potential revenue from a 10% commission on 10% of the listings for clothes, gather data, pricing, and so of course the publication price is never the real price.
Yeah.
But we're going pretty low on the 10% and 10%, so that's okay. So if you see here, it's like creating a plan.
Yeah.
And then here you can actually see what it's doing. So it's going through. You can see the browser. Like, this is amazing.
This is unbelievable.
So this is live. It's going to the whistle. It might get lost and not find the clothing. Oh no, it already found it. This is amazing. So it's going through everything, opening, updating plan, like changing, adapting the plan, and so on. Let's see how much it can do. The 7,000. What is that? A hoodie? 7,000? No way. Excel from Paris. Okay, then yes. So it has its own browser view, and it does all the stuff. Super, super, super cool.
I'm obsessed with this already. I can't believe that it's how this is working.
It's amazing. It's going through everything. It's working like a human.
Yeah.
Going through everything and probably gathering all of the prices and so on. If there are, thousands and thousands of listings, it probably won't do it. But let's see. Well, I mean, here you see, clothing only 6,900, women's clothing 2,800, and so on. Total clothing accessories 42,000. But so far it saved only 4, so it might this sample prices. So it's maybe just testing.
Yeah.
It might do. Maybe it won't go through everything and do like an average or something. Like, it might find a shortcut, get a sample, and then apply it to the. It might be lazy that way.
Yeah.
Like, if I was doing this, I would be lazy that way. But I would also understand that 7,000 is too much for a hoodie, even in Dubai.
Yeah, that does seem unreasonable. And
yeah,
I mean, I've never thought about calling AI lazy. But
or smart.
Or smart.
You can be smart and not do the high effort version of the task. All right. So what I started doing also is I started writing down in the same doc as before.
Yeah.
Some of the improvements that I want for the replit. And you see here, it apparently fixed the issues. So I'm going to go really quick. This takes a lot of like testing, like a real product. You're testing, trying again, see if it fixed it. Oh, there's a donation section. I don't know what does that, what to do with that. So let's only do one. Let's do Nike.
It says what are you donating here? So it looks like it's donation is the word it's using for giving you the clothes.
I thought it might be a different section.
Yeah.
So let's do 9/4/2025. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Test. Whatever. Yes. New York. No. Beverly Hills. 9210. It really is the only zip code I know in the US.
Yeah.
Gus Smith. 555. And then Gus at gus.com. Oh, valid phone number. Oh, what was it before? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So it didn't give me an error, but it didn't give me a confirmation.
Yeah.
So that's something. Okay. So now I'm gonna tell it that I'm gonna improve it a little bit, like ask for like a summary of the pickup info with the info after the pickup form. So I just put that into our friend Replit, and it's gonna start working. In the meantime, should we come up with better name, or you want to
I
continue
was
playing that game?
well, we could do a bit of both. I think I was going to suggest we come up with a better name which I can drive, but
Yeah.
maybe we can also
Yeah, let's do
use
that.
the image creator tool to create a logo or something.
Yeah. One thing on Replit, it tends to struggle when you give it an image to put it in the
Okay,
logo, because it usually wants like a transparent file and so on. So it might be just take our time.
let's
Um,
let's do the
but we
name
can
then.
have an image for the homepage or whatever. It's easier.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So,
Let's start with the name with
yeah,
GPT.
I will go back to screen again.
Best we have so far is attire retire, which is not amazing.
No. So
And Replit
this
called
is
it closed loop.
closed
Ah,
loop.
closed loop, like a
Yeah,
closed loop.
yeah,
Ah, okay, fairly clever.
yeah. That's okay.
It
It's not funny.
it took me an hour to to
That's
get
what
it.
we want. That's what we want from our consumer. Oh, now I get
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. An hour after the movie ended.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They all died. Yeah, yeah.
They were dead all
All
along.
along.
He's dead and he's still going to work. Yeah, you know what movie that is.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
No, spoiler alert, spoiler
I know.
alert.
What was it, 20 years ago, and we're still not
So
allowed to talk about
it's only been
it.
yeah. We're talking about
So,
The Sixth Sense. If you haven't seen it, amazing movie. Go and watch it.
yeah, we might have to put
Go
a
on,
spoiler alert in the
go and find
description of
the
this podcast.
VHS. Yeah, yeah.
So this is the
Yeah.
back end of the revenue calculation I asked it to do. So it's been quite
Okay.
conservative, about 1 million dirhams a month. But what it's done here is calculated, assuming that we are running the trucks, etc. So we could probably do some more prompting later on when we refine the business model. One of the things that I like to use is the business model canvas from Strategizers, because it has all on one page, the distribution cost to run, value proposition, all that kind of stuff. So we can do more of that later. But for now, let's do something a bit more fun. So for this business, we would like to generate 5 to 10 new company names. We would like them to feel clever.
They have to be funny.
Instantly
Funny and clever.
recognizable and funny. Yeah, instantly recognizable, so we don't have the okay, I get it moment. And funny. Okay. The working names for now were clothes loop. And what was the other one?
Attire retire.
Attire retire. Go make us laugh.
Make us proud.
Yeah, love it. A bit cheeky. That's what we're aiming for. A bit cheeky. Oh,
By
do
the
you know
way,
what? As I typed this,
yeah.
Oh, go on.
Manu's finished.
Oh, okay.
And we have a summary. I'll show you up.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna be real. It looks like too much. No chance. Zero chance. Okay, I think it may have messed up. Should I show you since we're already talking about it?
Yeah. You share.
Sorry to hijack.
It's all right. Gives me a chance to proofread these names before I broadcast them.
Yeah. So it's it basically always gives you like a report, and then you can create it create a website, which is very cool. If you want to share it with someone, it creates like a nicely designed website. So here's saying the report analyzed the potential revenue generated 10% commission on 10% of the close based on the data collected April 8th. We estimate annual revenue ranging from 300,000
Okay.
to 1.8 million. Sounds like a lot to me. It sounds like 10%. No chance. 42,000 listings. This is, I mean, you still have useful information here.
Yeah.
But then, see, like it got a sample. I told you it was going to do the lazy way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it took a sample, and the sample had 10,000 Louis Vuitton sweater. So
Yeah.
it should be smart enough to know that that's not a representative sample.
Yeah.
But that's how it messed up the projection.
Yeah.
So what I can do is I can tell it, you chose a sample with some outliers in terms of price. Get a sample with cheaper items and run the study again. It's still impressive, but see, like it makes rookie mistakes. It does impressive things, but then it makes you rookie mistakes like that.
But the thing is that it gives you the ease and the framework just to prompt it slightly better. So actually,
and then
you
you
get
get it
closer
right.
and closer. Yeah, exactly. So
it's
you
amazing.
already know what the problem is. So let's go back to the names, shall we?
Yeah. And by the way, if we find a name we really like, I found this Dynadot, because I was buying so many domains for my ideas that I built on Replit that I had to find a cheaper provider than GoDaddy. So I found this one. It's usually cheaper. So we can check if it's available.
Yeah, I once heard on a rival podcast that anyone that mentions they're using GoDaddy these times suggests that they've probably been of a certain vintage.
Oh yeah. They used to run Super Bowl campaigns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have that age.
Right, so let's have a look at these names again. So share screen. Right, I've checked this for broadcastable content. So it's called the LOL list. So the first one is the closet case for when your wardrobe's having a
basket
meltdown.
Case.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
I don't love it. Rags to riches.
I like Green Day, so it reminds me of Green Day basket case, but it's like meh.
Yeah, it might be one of those.
Riches,
oh, he likes Green Day. Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, so he's 40. He's in his 40s. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's old clothes like just brands that no one.
Big jackets.
Brands for dads.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brands for dads, we should call it.
If that's not a bad idea. It's not the worst that's on this list.
No, it is not the worst.
I quite
Rags to riches.
Don't like that. I quite like thread
Toss and
lightly.
found.
I do
cool.
like that.
I like that.
Yeah. Toss and found, because you might toss what you toss.
It's like lost and found.
Treasure. Yeah. I like that.
It's like lost and found, but toss and found.
Yeah.
It also implies that you're giving a second life to your clothes because it's found.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's kind of cool.
Let's have
I don't
that
like
as an
that
option.
it has the and. Yeah.
No. We can.
Fashion, shabby to chic.
No, that's getting
great.
in the bin. No, farewell fashion.
This is not great.
Thank you. Goodbye garb. I don't even
These
know
are really bad.
The final hanger. That sounds like a film.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a killer.
I quite like number 10. I don't know why. No strings attached.
No strings attached.
I think number 4.
It's non-conventional. Toss and found is the best one. Should we try again? Like it's funnier. Be like. I know puns are frowned upon, but they work. So ask for puns.
4 is the puns. Best of these, but we'd like to see funnier puns.
Yeah, good.
Okay. All right. All right. It says, crikey, calm down, Chris.
Pandemonium. Oh my God. There you go. You're on fire,
There you go.
GPT.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Launder and
GPT, and
order.
your London and Arthur. Hey, made me laugh.
It's come up with some of the same
Ex-lover
ones.
threats. Oh no.
Oh no.
Garbage day. So garb is like a garment.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm not a native speaker.
Well, no, because I don't. it came up with that in the last one as well. It came up with goodbye garb. I
Garb.
don't know what a
Goodbye
garb
garb.
is. What's a garb?
I guess some a clothing item.
Maybe.
I thought it was a British thing, but probably
Well,
not.
no, a garment is
Drop it like it's worn. Okay, it's better. It's better. This can be this. I mean, brands for dads. This could be brand jokes. You know, hot mess. Hot mess. I like hot mess.
Do you? High
Like hot
fashion, low
couture.
chaos.
Like you're a hot mess.
Yeah.
Suck it to me. No. Close encounters.
Yeah.
So that's
again,
like you have to be old to want to know that movie.
Exactly. Basically, it knows
Yeah.
who's operating this right
It-
now.
So why don't you ask it? Give me puns that a Gen Z would understand.
Sure. Yeah, give me puns that not
That are not
only
for me.
dads will understand. Think the target audience for this, you said, I'm now accusing it, was Gen Z.
Yeah. Good.
Gen Z. See what it comes up with. Got it. Less dad joke energy. That's our whole podcast. So, right, here we go. Second serve. The thing probably is we won't understand these now, will we?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, drip what? Rehangers I like.
Rehangers like the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too worn to handle. That sounds like it's really in bad condition.
Deja wear, like deja vu.
Deja wear.
Deja wear. That's not a
Yeah.
bad sound. Deja.
Deja wear.
Okay, let's do votes.
Okay, all right.
What are your 3 favorite ones from the ones we had?
In all honesty, the first batch I liked Toss and Found.
Doesn't found.
And then I don't like many of these ones. Maybe these ones. The Pre-Loved Club, quite like that.
Pre-Loved
Even
Club. Okay, that works.
Yeah. So maybe they're my
That
two.
works.
How about you?
I'm gonna check Pre-Loved Club. I'm
Okay.
not gonna buy it because I'm not in love with these ones, but Pre-Loved Club. Check if the domain is available. Oh, prelovedclub.com is a premium domain. It's $3,000. I think we're not gonna be able to afford it. But you can have prelovedclub.inc for $257. No. Oh, prelovedclub.club. It's a little repetitive, but that's $4. Prelovedclub.io, 28. Okay, so it's available. It's available.
It is available.
That's what matters.
Do you want to check any others?
Good. No, I mean, we're not gonna launch it now, no? Like we're just like building the basics for people to know that you can actually do this.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's do that.
I'm back on Manus. To be honest, I don't know if it adapted the report that I asked with a different sample. But let's see. Is this the one? Is this the one or not? Let me see 1 sec. Okay. Okay. So I think it did. So if you see here,
Yeah.
looked at all of the stuff. I mean, made an estimate from the result using 10% of the close and 10% commission.
Yeah.
So the potential annual revenue ranging from 20,000 dirhams to 118,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
So that looks a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
And this is only stuff that is on the vessel, no?
Yeah.
But so that looks a lot more realistic. The price analysis, so it took items that are 150 and so on. So that's pretty good.
Mm.
Okay. That also tells you that you can't just latch on to the vessel and try to get all your stuff from there. You need to build your own kind of supply.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we could also, you don't just limit ourselves to the revenue from the exchange itself. Like once we've got an app, we could find other ways of creating revenue from that, right?
Well, you could build your own e-commerce also on Shopify and post the items for sale yourself.
Yeah.
And you're already acquiring people to put their clothes in. So when they put your clothes in, what you can give them is like some free credit to buy stuff on your website.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean? So then you're starting a loop.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
A clothes loop.
Yeah, there you go. We're back to closed loop.
Maybe it's fate.
Actually, let's just check if closed loop is available.
Sometimes the AI is too clever for us.
Yeah. It's just closing the loop to finish the episode. Let's check if the domain is available. Shop loop now. Org, VIP, com. Yeah, it's taken. Okay, fine.
Okay.
But you can probably get IO or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. I still have a few, improvement suggestions for Replit, but I think we can probably leave it there.
Yeah.
This is something you can already go and show people. You can show users. You can get feedback. You can try to build it up from there because you still need to build a network of the delivery drivers. You need to get your supply of clothes. You can find a way to do it through the visual or some classifieds and not spend a lot on just ads.
Yeah.
So I think we have a good beginning of a business.
I agree, and just a little bit more on here. So there's, for those who are maybe going to use Replit later, is there's a little button to the top right, deploy. So that will create a Replit own URL for now, but it's actually then deployed. So you can use.
You can choose how many machines in the beginning. If you don't have a lot of traffic, one machine is fine.
Yeah.
And you can just approve. I'm going to actually deploy it. And then here it's called close rescue. Let's just call it close loop. Which is available on Replit. So it's going to be closeloop.replit.app.
Excellent.
And now we deploy it. And then anyone at home can go to closeloop.replit.com.app and try our little prototype.
That's as I say easy, but what are we in? We're 1 hour, 20 minutes in with a little bit of market research, a little bit of bad jokes, but essentially, a lot of those. But we now have an app that you can actually use. How mad is that?
I mean, this would have taken you months of work.
Yeah.
A few years ago. So I think it's amazing. Yeah.
So I suppose in a way of maybe rounding up the episode then. So the big question, and I'll put this to you because I know you've kind of been through around this kind of a few times now, is now that you've got a prototype and you've got the kind of sense that actually an idea has an opportunity or some kind of validity to it, what would you be doing next with this sort of thing? Will you be sort of showing the application to people, or?
Yeah, I mean, we did it with our startup with cloudfit.ai. So we had a demo. We started with like a prototype and a demo and so on. So I basically posted on LinkedIn, look, I'm building, I want to interview people who are like Gen Z, love fashion or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got, I think it was 60 people signing up in 2 days to come and see the demo. So I
Yeah.
already started with a list of 60 people who were like a mix of fashion enthusiasts, industry people, and so on, potential clients. So possibly the first pilot will be someone from like the brand actually came like on that post.
Yeah.
I have a lot of followers on LinkedIn, so it's not like super fair, but a lot. Like I'm not an influencer or anything, but yeah, just tell your friends, look, I'm trying to find people who fit this persona, and show them the pilot, and then try to see what they do with it. Don't like just ask, hey, do you love it? Isn't it awesome? And then
Yeah.
don't ask leading questions. And you use that to improve, see if you have something interesting on your hands, and then continue to improve to build it up.
Yeah. And I think the big thing here is also sometimes it's a bad idea. And then at
Oh,
least
most
it's out
times.
of the system, and
Yeah,
actually you can
exactly.
move
Just
on to something,
you remove all the bad, and
Yeah,
eventually some of the good will be left.
exactly. We pivot. Um,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. So, maybe just one more, is this real or not? And we can wrap up.
Amazing.
So,
And by the way,
uh,
it's deployed. So
oh,
if you go to this is live. So we have a prototype live during a quite a long episode, but next time will be
yeah.
faster. Closeloop.replit.app. There you go.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow. Check it out.
Check it out.
I like it. So,
Okay, let's see
last
if I can win this
last
one.
one. It's called I want to draw a cat for you.com.
Bad name. Bad startup. Bad startup.
Yeah. So, so do you think he went through the process of, no, give me a funnier pun? Like, oh, okay, no, forget it. We'll
Yeah.
go with that.
He or she did not have GPT.
So the
Yeah.
description is, I don't know if you can quite believe this, a
Yeah.
guy, it actually says, a guy draws stick figure cats. It's not even like
Yeah.
a good picture of a cat, based on your
Yeah.
custom requests, and mails them to you.
Yeah. And this is a company.
Is
They
it?
actually make money.
Is it?
uh, so it's so bad that usually I would have said it's real because it's so bad. But I think we had enough real ones, so I'm going to say this is not real.
It is real.
It is real. Oh my God.
It's so real, it went on Shark Tank and got funded.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
but it did
Oh
shut
God.
down eventually. But it's still
Yeah,
one of
because
those
he only
cult
had two
favorites.
hands to draw cats.
Exactly.
He could only draw a few cats a day. Oh
There you
my
go.
God. Okay,
See,
good. So
good.
there's hope. There's hope for everyone.
Yeah.
Draw a Cat Man did not have GPT, but you do. So
Yeah.
you can do it.
Imagine what he's doing now. Yeah, you can do it. You can
Yeah.
draw better cats, maybe.
Yeah. You can AI cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
All right. That was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed this. We can get a little bit leaner in the future. And obviously in the future, we'd also like any kind of volunteers that have got the idea that they need to get out of their heads, and we can help you build it, and maybe even showcase some of the other AI tools that are available as well. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the episode.
Hope you had fun. And especially during the typing, like a grammar sections, that were the most entertaining.
Yeah. There must be a faster. I think maybe in the future we can speak into our phones, record it, and then,
yes,
maybe
we should have done that. Yeah.
Always
Okay.
vital.
We learn. We live. We learn. We iterate.
We live, we learn. Yes.
Yeah.
And we'll
All right.
love you and leave you, and see you soon.
Thanks everyone. Thanks you for watching. See you. Bye.
Bye.